LIV Golf may not have created an amazing product, but it tried to land amazing players. Tiger Woods and Rory McIlroy are just two of golf's mega stars who turned down lucrative offers from LIV Golf. As it were, the golden goose would have been Tiger Woods, who had the most dominant prime in golf history before injuries and trouble off the links hindered his career. The superstar would have immediately lent credibility to LIV, which made a concerted push for many of the best golfers in the world. An antitrust lawsuit was issued by 11 golfers on the LIV Golf Series against the PGA Tour for being suspended. Players like McIlroy, Scottie Scheffler, Jon Rahm, and Justin Thomas clarified why they were against the idea of joining forces with LIV Golf. But those same players who turned down millions will now have to face up to the fact that LIV Golf is here to stay with an agreement in place to merge with the PGA Tour, meaning they said no to all that money and yet will now be affiliated with the Saudi Series regardless. McIlroy was one of the most high-profile players to turn down an offer reported to be worth in the region of £400 million to join LIV last year. He explained his reasoning for rejecting the offer at the time, insisting he did not need extra money. There are many questions still to be answered about what the PGA Tour's stunning merger with Saudi-backed LIV Golf will mean, and perhaps the most prominent among them is how PGA loyalists like Tiger Woods, Rory McIlroy, and Jon Rahm must be feeling after leaving hundreds of millions of dollars on the table. The LIV deals were eye-popping when they came out, $300 million for Phil Mickelson, plus $150-odd million apiece for Brooks Koepka, Dustin Johnson, Bryson DeChambeau, and Australia's Cameron Smith. Meanwhile, Woods, McIlroy, Rahm, Scottie Scheffler, and others took to what was trumpeted as principled stands, leaving hundreds of millions of dollars on the table, only for PGA Tour Commissioner Jay Monahan to turn around and merge forces with LIV in the end. LIV Golf CEO Greg Norman said last year that Woods turned down an offer in the range of $1 to $1.2 billion to stick with the PGA Tour, while LIV Golf executive Majid Al-Zaror later said that he never offered Woods that money, not even close to that. One can assume it was nonetheless a considerable chunk of change. Last November, Woods excoriated Norman, saying Norman would have to leave LIV before a PGA Tour merger could be considered. "I think Greg has to go, first of all," Woods said ahead of the Hero World Challenge in the Bahamas. "Then we could talk. We can all talk freely." Woods did not see a resolution on the horizon. Not right now. Not with their leadership. Not with Greg there and his animosity towards the tour itself. "I don't see it happening," he continued. "Greg's got to leave, and then we can eventually, hopefully, have a stay between the two lawsuits and figure something out. But why would you change anything if you got a lawsuit against you? They sued us first." McIlroy was much more pointed. "There's no room in golf world for LIV Golf," McIlroy said last July. "I don't agree with what LIV is doing. If LIV went away tomorrow, I'd be super happy." He spoke about how money isn't everything. "Any decision that you make in your life that's purely for money usually doesn't end up going the right way," said McIlroy last June. "Obviously, money is the deciding factor in a lot of things in the world, but if it's purely for money, then it's not. It never seems to go the way you want it to." He slammed golfers like Koepka, who joined LIV after saying they wouldn't. "I'm surprised at a lot of these guys because they say one thing and do another. I don't understand that," said McIlroy last June. "I don't know if that's for legal reasons. I have no idea. It's pretty duplicitous on their part to say one thing and then do another thing." However, by September, McIlroy was calling for a PGA LIV truce, albeit agreeing with Woods, saying in November that Norman needs to go. For a resolution to be accomplished, there have been no indications that Norman would be out in the merger. What has Tiger Woods said about LIV Golf? The PGA Tour and LIV Golf couldn't coexist as separate entities, and the PGA Tour's top player in, Woods being incredibly outspoken against LIV is part of the reason why. "The best place to play is the PGA Tour," Woods said in 2022 per Golf Digest. "That's where all the top players do play, and we all as players want to compete against one another and beat each other's brains in. That's the fun part about it. So, we just need to do that collectively together more often. How we do that is the challenge of it all." In February, Woods also mentioned tensions between players in the two leagues. "I don't know because I haven't been around them," he said, per the Florida Times Union. "Some of the players out here have. For instance, Rory's in Dubai with some of those players. I don't know. I don't know what the reaction's going to be. I know that some of our friendships have certainly taken a different path, but we'll see when all that transpires. That is still a couple of months away." Woods and Rory McIlroy, whom he mentioned in that quote, have been some of the most outspoken players in favor of the PGA Tour. So what was Tiger Woods' LIV Golf contract offer? There have been some back and forth around how much LIV Golf offered Woods to join the breakaway league. According to the CEO of LIV Golf while it operated, Greg Norman, whose future with the league now is unclear, Woods was offered around $700 to $800 million. Norman also mentioned the offer predated his joining LIV. Majid Al-Saror, the CEO of Saudi Golf Federation, later clarified the number, saying it wasn't out-and-out money and it wasn't the near $1 billion Norman was saying. "It's not straight-out money. I never offered him that money, not even close to that," Saror said, per golf.com. Norman later reversed course and matched his story up with Saror's. "That's how it is," Norman said. "It's not the cash value. We never offered that cash value to Tiger Woods. That's the reality of it." These words are, of course, being chosen carefully. Woods may not have made that money up front, but reports indicate he would have made an estimable amount off sponsorships and league equity. Social media users have ripped into Tiger Woods' decision to reject a £650 million offer from LIV Golf, only for the Saudi-backed organization to complete a shock merger with the PGA Tour. The stunning merger was announced Tuesday and rocked the world of golf, with the PGA and European Tours having signed an agreement with the Saudi-backed circuit to combine their businesses into a new, yet-to-be-named company. The merger ends the ongoing litigation between the bitter rivals, but specific financial and operational details of the deal are yet to be disclosed. However, fans will be well aware of the lucrative deal that Woods rejected from LIV Golf to stay loyal to the PGA Tour before the merger occurred. The American will be left with egg on his face, having turned down the staggering deal, and users on social media were quick to remind him in the wake of the news. And let's not forget, Tiger Woods once feuded with Greg Norman. While the two leagues were still separate, Tiger Woods was a loud detractor of LIV. This may go back to his conflict with Greg Norman, the CEO of the Rebel Tour. Norman once wrote Woods a handwritten letter after his Masters win in 2019. "I said, 'Hey, this is Greg Norman here. I've got a note for Tiger. Can you please hand-deliver it to him?' Well, I never heard a word back from the guy," Norman said. "When I won my first major championship, Jack Nicklaus was the first person to walk down out of the TV tower and congratulate me. I don't know. Maybe Tiger dislikes me. I have no idea. I've never had a conversation with him about it." It appears as if Woods wanted nothing to do with Norman, who he would later say needs to be removed from leadership at LIV Golf. What are your thoughts on this? Let us know in the comments section below. If you enjoyed today's video and found it interesting, then make sure to leave us a thumbs up. And do not forget to subscribe to our channel and click on the bell icon to be always updated with the most exciting content as soon as it's uploaded. Thanks for watching. See you again soon in another video.